Given how much we use our hands for things like typing on a keyboard, using our phones, or just grasping a variety of different things, feeling sensations of pain, numbness, and pins and needles often, or even occasionally, is definitely something we'd be better off going without for obvious reasons. Usually, these symptoms affecting the palm, the thumb, and the next 2.5 fingers would indicate problems with the median nerve. But just to note that all these areas won't always be affected simultaneously. It can be the case, for example, that only one or two of these fingers are impacted, or the palm in isolation. Anyway, when faced with this problem, many will be quick to point to carpal tunnel syndrome. The median nerve travels into the hand through a narrow passageway known as the carpal tunnel, formed by the carpal bones on one side and the transverse carpal ligament on the other. As a result, if this tunnel becomes even narrower for any reason, this can be one way that the nerve is negatively affected. But other areas of compression and irritation should also be considered, especially since research suggests that carpal tunnel is incorrectly diagnosed almost 1/3 of the time. Indeed, some of these possible alternative sites for entrapment or irritation are a lot more common than others. Yet today, we're going to be speaking about all of them so you have a more comprehensive view into what might be going on. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. Let's begin at the neck. For those of you not well versed in anatomy, the connection between the neck and the hand in the context of median nerve issues may seem obscure. However, it's important to know that all peripheral nerves stem from the spinal cord, with those extending into our upper extremities originating from the cervical spine, i.e. the neck. In the spinal column, the median nerve arises from contributions from the C5 to T1 spinal segments, but most commonly, issues, if prevalent, will come from the C6, C7 and C8 nerve roots. Disc protrusions or disc herniations are such potential problems for nerves here, but more frequently, as the nerves make their way out of our spinal column peripherally, they can also get negatively affected at the opening that allows for this, known as the intervertebral foramen, if it becomes too narrow. This may occur for several reasons, but one of the most common is problems with the facet joints. These joints partially connect each vertebra with the ones lying above and below them. So if the spine is not habitually in its correct position, like seen with forward head posture, it can cause some vertebrae to shift, the facet joints to then become misaligned, and thus some closing of the foramen. What's more, because the facet joints will then be out of place, they'll be less able to move the head as freely as before. This is bad because it can lead to stiffness and excessive stress in the region, and in return, inflammation, contributing to the further shutting of the space where the nerves travel from your spinal cord to the rest of your body. Accordingly, forward head posture that people develop from poor everyday positions, whether at work, while driving, or at home while reading or writing, can have a troubling impact on the origins of the median nerve at the cervical spine. Moreover, the rolling of the shoulders inward, which most often coincides with forward head posture, can lead to a common muscular imbalance pattern known as upper cross syndrome. In this syndrome, the upper traps, levator scapulae, and pectorals are generally shortened, and the deep neck flexors, serratus anterior, and lower traps weaken. And this can lead to other potential sites for entrapment of the median nerve before it even reaches the arm, at the interscalene triangle, the costoclavicular space, and the subpectoral space. Indeed, it would be more accurate to say that the brachial plexus, a network of nerves that the median nerve is a part of, has a higher risk of impingement at these sites. Yet, to keep things simple, we'll just stick with the median nerve. Then we come to the arm. On a quick side note, if you'd like to undertake our evidence-based and results-backed personalized Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. The next potential site for median nerve entrapment or irritation we reach is at the lower distal third of the upper arm. Here, a small ligament called the ligament of Strutter's originates at a bony spur in the region and inserts into the medial epicondyle of the elbow. And since the median nerve travels through it on the way to the elbow, it can interfere with the nerve. That said though, the ligament isn't present in everyone. It's actually pretty rare, with only between 0.7% and 2.5% of the population estimated to have it. So the chance of you getting radiation in the concerning region from this is pretty low. Next, as the median nerve travels from the upper arm to the forearm, it must run under the bicipital aponeurosis, aka the lacertus fibrosus. It's a flat sheet of connective tissue serving as an extension of the tendon of the biceps muscle that inserts into the radius bone. While its function is to protect the median nerve, it also helps to distribute the force created by the biceps at the elbow better. Similar to the ligament of Strutter's, it's a less frequent cause of median nerve entrapment. Nonetheless, since the bicipital aponeurosis inserts into the distal biceps tendon, shortening of the biceps muscle can mean it gets pulled more. So there is a possibility that the median nerve gets pressed upon here as a result. Another arm median nerve entrapment site though, that's more frequently an issue than these last two is the pronator teres muscle. This muscle has two heads, through which the median nerve passes. Consequently, if this muscle is shortened from overuse, the nerve will have less freedom to pass through and therefore be more susceptible to impairment. And then finally, we have the possible flexor digitorum superficialis entrapment point. Following the median nerve's passage from the elbow on its way to the carpal tunnel at the wrist, it passes between this muscle and another called the flexor digitorum profundus. Because the flexor digitorum superficialis is important for movements like gripping, certain activities that require a lot of it can lead to overuse of this muscle, shortening and therefore more risk of the nerve being affected. Have you had radiation into the hand before? Specifically in the thumb, palm and middle three fingers? What worked for you to help it? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Further, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So, that has been our video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.